point scoring system. We'll see what kind of a first round Frazier has. He was hurt, and it is going to be his most important defensive weapon to keep Frazier away from him. Early here in the first round. It's Square Garden. And if he was, what an ironic thing holding on Bugner's chin.
Handles the fight well.
20-foot square ring, perhaps a little bigger than you might expect Frazier. 23 years old, Bugner. He has already had 50 fights in round 2. Joe Bugner with a very surprisingly strong.
In the clinches there, Frazier grinning.
And taking a great deal of punishment as that pressure must come. He has given away 8. So you are seeing a freshly trimmed Joe Frazier. And he is definitely trying
to shake himself loose a little. He's looking a lot more confident now. He's moving better. And
Bugner is not noted for his punch, however. There are those who say that he gets back from George Foreman, but first things first. Joe Bugner, who has put up a good jab out, but Frazier has cut down the angle in that ring, and he is story. At the age of 6, he was forced to flee Hungary with his say enough about Joe Bugner's courage. He has faced that pressure of Joe Frazier. I think.
Good left by Frazier there.
Well, notice his legs thicker than most heavyweights. He does not have the speed to use that rhythm of movement now against Bugner. But again, Joe Bugner was able to on this fight. Joe Bugner was 100-to-1 shot, not to knock out now. A sellout at Earl's Court. And they are enthusiastic, but he just keeps moving in, letting the punches roll off. And he's taken a lot of punches around that head area already. He's over that eye. The Muhammad Ali opened up a cut that required 7 stitches. Frazier would come in and Foreman would push him off and then hit him with that right. Well, again, repeating how they score here in London, in case you're doing it there in your out. I guess a man like Frazier, you would think he would tug him up a little bit, because Frazier likes to go low, and some for heavyweights, they started very quickly. Bugner wants to 2 non-entities. After Stan was trying to swing out a little bit more with that left inside, trying to cover, wants to apply it. He wants to get his head in on Bugner's chest and stay there. Tired movements, holding on much more than they did earlier. So a lot of this fighting is going in.
There's spoiling going on, but they've kept the pace of the fight up surprisingly well.
Corner tugged at his pants and tried to pull him up a little bit. I think that with these hot lights and all this work, it's
even into the same town. It's only the Foreman fight that turned everything on its head.
There and knock a man down. It has not been evident. He's been able to throw his left hand
like a football crowd.
Frazier's either going to have to tie him up, push him off, or move out. Frazier's got a left hand of Bugner's. There he followed it up with a right, too. Now the long process begins to move on. And Joe Frazier is a very tired fighter here. Arms of Bugner are starting to be carried just a little bit lower than they were when this fight first began. He knocked Ali down late in that fight. Frazier has got the sustain when he fights this way all the time, standing in center ring and taking bob and weave. Don't present such a stable target. Let's see if he follows that instructions as he
just lost the edge of his aggression, hasn't he?
There's no question about Frazier's courage or his will to put on a fight.
Bugner's also bleeding. Harry Gibbs may come across and look at it, but the right eye, no doubt about it, is cut.
Muhammad opened the cut above the left eye, so this is a different injury. This Bugner had Bugner's trunks. She begins to come down. That spot above the left eye is that Joe Frazier pressure with the head in on the chest. He wants so Joe Frazier has 2 targets to aim for in this round. He marks on the head area despite the fact that he's taken such a pounding. So watching those cuts on Bugner's face. Now it'll be very interesting to see if Joe Frazier still has enough. And Ali has much more speed than Bugner. Small trace of blood now in Bugner's left nostril. We'll talk about an instant replay. Except for the tiredness of these 2 fighters, Bugner sustained a bad cut in the 8th round. He's been trying to extends himself. Lashing out at that head area. The important thing to watch is against that of Joe Frazier. Beautiful left hand. Bugner is hurt. Oh, did you see Joe Frazier hold up? Now, what an act of sportsmanship on Frazier's part. He eased up and then came back with the right hand. Did he slip or was he hurt? Did Frazier?
Oh, absolutely, Bugner falling. Frazier comes away from him as Harry Gibbs comes in.
Start round 11, and we've got 2 fighters to worry about. 2 rounds. Harry Gibbs trying to keep them apart, not wanting them to tie into the good right hand.
It's a really great heavyweight fight. It's got everything.
Trying to reach down for that just a little bit extra. So like to have a victory. The crowd realizes that here, wanting Bugner to put together just one more of those combinations. Left eye that is starting to close here in the left round. I do not think I have ever seen more. Has found himself in trouble on the ropes. Has been unable to cut down the incredible punishment here tonight and have given out the same. Too brave at all. He can go to work around that head area. But look at Bugner. Both between these two heavyweights. Right down to the end. Hank Durham was out there to separate them. Joe Bugner giving Joe Frazier a